Whether we like it or not, after the congratulations, this thing is what's being discussed. Yes, after congratulating them on getting married so fast, and we love it for the fact that it's a marriage that we've been waiting for. This wedding is a wedding we've always wanted. I think we need to discuss why, the village wedding. Now, first of all, I would like to say that marriage is not an achievement, neither is it compulsory, but it's necessary. Yeah, it's necessary. Now, why did I say it's not, an investment? Now, an investment is something that when you put money into, you'll be able to get that money back maybe in 10 folds, 100 folds, and 1,000 folds. Okay. When you put money into something and then you'll be able to get cash back, like maybe you start a business or you bought a ring light for your YouTube channel. You plan that from that YouTube channel you'll be making money. All those ones are investment. Now, is marriage an investment? Some people might say marriage as being investment because you marry a man and man is taking care of you. You end up not paying rent, you end up not feeding yourself, and you feel like, oh, it's an investment because you think you're enjoying in the marriage. I personally don't see marriage as an investment because I see marriage as a necessity. Now, why did I say it's not compulsory? There are some people that will never get married. You can't force them. They don't want to get married. They just want to live their life. Okay. Now, why did I say it's necessary? Now, it's necessary for two persons who are planning to have children to get married because the Bible said so. Okay. Yeah, the Bible said so. So, if you know that you're going to, have a family, you want to have kids and so on, you have to get married because the Bible said so. But now you don't want to have kids, you don't want to have a husband, you don't want to have a wife, and you just want to stay like that. It's not also against the Bible. You are free. So now let's analyze the reason why Trudy had a village wedding. Now, the thing is, probably that is where Trudy lives, that is where she came from, that is where her family is. So she had to go back there. And again, you notice that they had to wed in a church. And that is her true church. That is where she had been worshiping while growing up. That is where probably her father worshipped. So she had to go back there. Yes, when a woman is getting married, you have to go and marry from your parents' church. Okay. Now, that is that. So Trudy decided to go back to the village to do a village wedding. You can see the environment that this is not Nairobi, okay? And this is not even Ghana, Accra, okay? So they went back to a village to do wedding. Was there no money? Is it that the Maya did not have money? We all know that this wedding was a rush, yeah, because Wodemaya always see the way Trudy misses her mom every 10th of September. And before the 10th of September, they went to, her mother's grave again, to visit. And Wodemaya just decided that he wants to marry that day. He has to marry that 10th of September so that in case another 10th of September comes, Trudy will not be sad, but she will be thinking of the day she actually, got married to her own husband. And that is why he did it that way. Now, I cannot say there is no money because we all know that at least Wodemaya is cashing out. Okay. Now, one thing I want to say here is that you don't, do marriage because you want to impress people. You don't. You do it because you want to have the memories. Is marriage necessary? Yes. Is it celebratable? Yes. Celebrate your wedding, celebrate your marriage because that is something that will give you memories. Now, any way you want to have those memories is actually nobody's business. Yes. Some persons can go ahead to have a very lavish wedding that they will use millions and billions of dollars, to do the most expensive weddings in the world, and they are satisfied with it. Is their money, right? Yes, when you have money, spend it. Okay. Now there are still some set of people that no matter how much they have, they will still not do that lavish wedding because they don't feel like doing it. It's still their money, right? Yes, it's still their money. Now the only thing that will be against is those that will end up going to maybe borrow a church to do wedding. Some persons actually do that. Okay, they will borrow a church. They will not use their church just the way Miss Trudy actually used her own church. Some persons when they want to get married, they might not like the church they are worshiping. They will have to go and rent a church. They will go to one of all these beautiful churches in the world. They will just go there, meet the pastor and say, I want to marry in this church. I like the altar. I like the interior of this church. I don't like my own church and I want to use this church. I know they end up, using a church that they want people to see class. Okay, now another set of persons will want to even borrow money from the bank to do wedding. That is one problem. As I said, marriage is not an investment. It is not something that when you put money into, you get returns. And it's not something that when you invest into it, tomorrow you can give it to your children. If it's a business, you can invest money into it. And tomorrow this business becomes, big. And then you give this business to your children when you grow up, or you retire and you give this business to your children, you pass it on. You don't pass a marriage to your children, whether good or bad, because there are good marriages, there are bad marriages. You don't send a marriage or give a marriage to your children as inheritance. Have you seen where somebody inherited their marriage to their children? So I believe that whatever you should be investing on with good money, and especially when you borrow money that you know that okay, this one is not play play, you get, except you've already saved this money for your wedding. So this one is just for wedding. This one is not like, it's not going to pain you, it's not something that's going to drag you down, like, oh, without this money you're not going to feed. Okay, that one we all know that okay, you're setting this one aside for just your marriage. But you see this set of persons that will borrow, will take loan from either loan companies, or they will even go to the bank to take loan, that will even incur more debt by putting more interest on top. That one is what I don't understand. Don't do any wedding to impress anybody. You just see the way Miss Trudy and Aman, even when I knew that okay, yes, they have the money, and I feel that they will still do a better party in Ghana if they choose to, they decided to do a simple one. You see, they decided to just do a simple one. I'm not sure it's because oh, they don't have money to buy, the best all best decoration and all that, do the best of food and all that, wear the best of rings. It's because one, it was in a hurry, and two, Trudy decided to go back to her own village to do the thing she want to do. Okay, so they tend to just do it sharp sharp, and you know that a sharp sharp wedding, where will you see the attire, where will you see everything to just start showing the most expensive attire? They can do this thing later, they can even do this thing later in their anniversary, their first anniversary, and celebrate it well and so on. So this whole video is just to encourage somebody out there, if you are planning to borrow money to do wedding, whether you're a man here watching me or you're a woman, don't do it the way you can. Because you see, wedding is not something that when you finish doing, you go and be quarreling with your husband or your wife at home. Because if you borrow, definitely people are going to quarrel. After the wedding, you quarrel. But if it's money that you have already, you saved up, it's okay, this one is just for fun, you want to have these beautiful memories and so on, you can do it. You can do it because it's your memory. Okay, you choose how you want your memory to be, but let the money not be borrowed, let the money not be something that will pain you when you spend it. Okay, let it be that this money was meant for wedding, not that maybe you use money that you wanted to use for your business, you went and used it for wedding. You're not expecting people to spray you on the wedding day so that you can now have the return back and go and use to do your business. It's never done that way. It's never going to work out. So you see those people that go and borrow for wedding or use money they are not supposed to use for wedding, I'm advising you, don't near any bank for loans, because if you try it, you're on your own peril. Okay. So guys, please like this video and